Welcome back to Be.Live. Be yourself and live your purpose. I'm your host, Rocca Cruz, and we are in the last episode of Money Matters, episode 5. We've come a long way together in this series, and today we close it with the lesson that ties everything together. What truly lasts beyond money. In episode 1, we learned from Fred, the trustworthy employee, that you don't own it, you manage it. He showed us that faithfulness in small things opens doors to greater responsibility. In episode 2, we met Stephanie, the sale-loving shopper who maxed out her credit cards and realized too late that her stuff had started owning her. Through her story, we discovered that contentment is freedom. And peace begins when you stop chasing more. Episode 3 gave us Marco, the hard worker who learned that hustle without direction only leads to burnout. He found peace in planning, saving, and preparing wisely. Diligence, he discovered, isn't about control. It's about stability. Then in episode 4, we met Lisa, the baker who gave away bread even when she had little. Her story revealed the secret of generosity. The more you give, the freer you live. All 4 lessons lead us here, the final step of financial freedom, building a legacy. Because if the first 4 episodes taught us how to live wisely, this one is about how to live meaningfully. In the end, money will fade, but your purpose, that's what will outlive you. Let me tell you about Mr. Santos. He was an accountant who lived simply. No fancy car, no designer clothes, no flashy life. He worked hard, saved wisely, and lived quietly. People often thought he didn't have much. But when Mr. Santos passed away, the truth came out. He had been quietly funding scholarships for students in his town. He built a small reading center behind the local high school, and every weekend he mentored young professionals about handling money with integrity and purpose. He never bragged about it. He didn't post it online. But when he was gone, hundreds showed up to honor him. Students, neighbors, co-workers, all telling stories of how he had helped them. Mr. Santos didn't leave behind luxury cars or big houses. He left behind opportunities. And that's what real wealth looks like. Legacy isn't about inheritance. It's about influence. You can pass on money, but it might get spent. You can pass on wisdom, and it multiplies. Fred's honesty, Stephanie's contentment, Marco's diligence, Lisa's generosity, those are legacies. Small choices, big ripples. The truth is, you're already building your legacy right now with how you live, how you give, and how you love. The question is, what kind of legacy will it be? Because what people remember most about you won't be your possessions. It will be your principles. Let me share something personal with you. I grew up with a mom who was a single parent, strong, wise, and determined. She carried a lot on her shoulders, and one of the first lessons she taught me was this: always save. You never know what might happen. I took it to heart. I loved saving. I love seeing my money grow in the bank. I check my balance and feel safe, even proud. My goal was simple to save as much as I could. Saving became my comfort zone, my source of security. But over time, that safety became something else. I stopped spending for myself. I didn't treat others. I didn't enjoy what I earned. Every time I spent my savings, I feel guilty, like I was breaking a rule. Without realizing it, I had become a miser. I was disciplined, yes, but I wasn't free. I was I was a prisoner of my own savings. Then one day, I had a revelation. I realized money is both a tool and a gift. It's not meant to sit still. It's meant to move, to bless, to build, to create, to enjoy. Saving is wise. My mom was right about that. But hoarding out of fear is not wise. I realized that when I had been taught to be careful, I, I had also let fear lead. I realized that while I had been taught to be careful, I had also let fear lead me. And in that moment, I understood God is the ultimate provider, not my savings account. That savings account will just in one sickness, it's gonna disappear. But God never leaves us nor forsakes us. That changed everything when I understood that the Lord God is my ultimate provider. I learned that I could still be responsible without being a slave. That I could enjoy what I earned without guilt as long as I used it with purpose. But here's what I discovered. It takes faith to save, but it also takes faith for me to spend. Because when you spend in alignment with purpose, when you invest in people, when you invest in yourself, in your dreams, in life itself, you're showing that you trust God to provide again. Faith says, I will use what I've been given because I know the source never runs dry. So yes, I still save. My mom's wisdom never left me. But now I also give, I also invest, and I also enjoy the fruit of my labor. Because life is short and money is meant to serve the life God gave you, not to control it. So your legacy isn't something that starts when you die. It starts right now. Legacy purpose starts right now. Every time you use money to reflect your values, you're building it. When you give, you're planting seeds. When you plan, you're building stability. And when you spend with faith and purpose, you're releasing blessings into motion. When you trust that God is your ultimate provider, you can finally live with peace, not tied to your wallet, but anchored in faith. Purpose isn't about what you own. It's about how you use what you have been given to make life better for you and for others. Here's how you can start building a legacy beyond money. These are practical applications. You write down what matters most. What do you want your life to stand for? Then, number 2, mentor someone. Share what you've learned. I mean, it's just, if you're just ahead one step, you teach that one step. So you learn more if you mentor someone. And while you're mentoring, you're investing in people. You build lives, not just your assets. People are assets. You can build on them. Legacy isn't something you leave someday. It's something you live daily. So legacy is not a far off thing. It's just like as long as you plant your seeds daily, it will build a legacy. So let's open our journal and write these questions down. Money is a tool, a test, and a gift. Use it wisely, enjoy it freely, and trust that God, not your bank balance or your asset, God is the ultimate provider. Write this down in your journal. What kind of legacy am I building right now? One that ends with me or one that continues through others? You know, if you write down one that ends with me, it's okay. Have you been saving out of faith or out of fear? And number 3, what would change if I truly believe that God is the ultimate provider? Okay, let's inhale and exhale. We haven't done this since the start. So inhale and then slowly exhale and think, what kind of legacy am I building right now? Is it for me or is it building for others? Okay, inhale and then exhale slowly. Have I been saving out of fear or out of faith? And then inhale again. What would change if I truly believe that God is the ultimate provider? The real measure of wealth isn't what you keep. It's what you give, what you build, and what you leave behind. So this is Rocka Cruz, reminding you, live your purpose, be yourself, and use what is in your hand to bless others. Don't forget to share what you've learned, share it to your friends, and like and subscribe. See you soon.